How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. We had something today that was announced that I think is actually really big for crypto holders. It's really cool and will help you in your investing journey significantly. It's a shift of your mindset that I think will be really beneficial for everyone that's been stacking Bitcoin hard, for everyone that has been diving into crypto pretty heavily. This is going to help you. We also have some other interesting things to look at. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this. There's also a link to MargX underneath the video where you can trade cryptocurrency. You can long the market, you can short the market, you can trade all different kinds of assets. So definitely check that out underneath the video. Now we got CPI inflation earlier today. It actually came in lower than expected, 2.9% versus the expectation of 3%. And as you can see here, it's actually the first time that we've been under 3%, which is extremely bullish. However, markets are still trading down. Maybe it's a bit of a fear of recession. Maybe people think, well, maybe inflation is coming down a little bit too fast. It's hard to tell at this point. Sometimes the markets just price really good news in, and then they like to fake you out. They like to manipulate. They like to spread fear even when there's good news. So I think you have to take it at face value that inflation coming down is a good thing, even if it doesn't reflect in the prices in the hours after the reports. Now, take a look at this news. Introducing Metamask Card, the world's first MasterCard debit card that enables instant spending directly from your self-custody wallet. We've teamed up with MasterCard and Banks Group to bridge the gap between crypto and daily life. They say with MasterCard card or Metamask Card, every day can be crypto pizza day. Metamask Card allows you to, I feel like they should make a play on words there. I don't know. With MasterCard and Metamask, you would think that they could do something like, I don't know, Master Mask or MetaCard or something. I don't know. Metamask Card allows you to make purchases directly from your wallet with your crypto instantly converted to fiat currency, e.g. euros, pounds. You can use it for everyday spending via Apple Pay and Google Wallet, retaining for full control of your funds until the moment of the transaction. Okay, let's just move back to the top here. When you get into crypto, it's a little bit difficult to buy, right? It's hard to buy for the logistics reason of like getting money in. Putting fiat in for some people is difficult, but more it's hard because you have emotions like, should I buy now? Should I wait a little bit? Should I dollar cost average? Should I lump sum? The market's going up. I missed out. I thought about this yesterday and I didn't buy, etc. However, the much harder thing, I think, is selling, especially after you've bought some. With selling, you're taking potential profits, potential energy, potential dreams off the table, right? People think, okay, well, I can't sell Solana. Let's say last cycle, I couldn't sell Solana at 200 because if it just goes up to 800, I could buy a new car or I could pay for that vacation or whatever it is. So even though they were up 10x, they couldn't sell because they knew that if they sold, it continued moving up, that they'd feel like they missed out. So a lot of people never are able to actually sell their crypto. Now, for a lot of Bitcoiners, a lot of Bitcoin people out there say never sell your Bitcoin. I don't care what you have to do, never sell your Bitcoin. It goes up year after year. I mean, of course, there are bear markets, but you never want to sell the best money. You want to hold on to that as much as possible. And honestly, that would have been the way to go. In general, Bitcoin has appreciated better than every single asset out there or every single asset class. So I get that. However, there are people that make the case that you don't sell your Bitcoin, but you do use your Bitcoin. So you use it to purchase things. Maybe you need a house, right? A down payment on a house. So maybe buying a down payment or buying a house, buying a car, all that kind of stuff is fine when you use your Bitcoin. But again, you shouldn't sell and then wait, trying to time the market and then getting into whatever asset that is that you want to buy. Like they say, it's fine if you just trade your Bitcoin for something else, for lifestyle chips, as some people say, but don't sell it. This is what that allows you to do. You can hold something in self-custody and you can, let's say you have in cold storage, right? You can hold your Bitcoin in cold storage. You realize, okay, well, I do have a purchase that I want. Or maybe, hey, I want to live off my Bitcoin. Now that Bitcoin's at $300,000 per Bitcoin, let's say that's next year or in 4 years or something. Let's say Bitcoin's at $300,000. Well, let's say I have 4 or 5 Bitcoin, right? I could live off my Bitcoin possibly, and I could spend my Bitcoin. So that way I don't have to go sell it. I don't have to have as many intermediaries where I go to Coinbase, I sell it, I transfer it out to my bank. There are a couple days difference. No, I could just transfer it over in a couple minutes into my Metamask, still hold the keys, and then just have that linked up to my card. Think about how easy that is, okay? Just like if you were a retiree and you had some retirement account, once a month you go sell some, what you know that you need to, and then you put it over into your bank account. Here, every single month, you make a transfer of Bitcoin. Maybe it's 0.01 Bitcoin, maybe it's 0.05 Bitcoin, wherever it is. Transfer it over to your Metamask, and then you can just use it on your card. I think that'd be really cool. And depending on what the limits are, maybe you could buy bigger items with it. Of course, one day you might be able to just buy a house in crypto. I know some countries allow you to do that now. But how cool would that be? This is just one step into bigger steps down the road where, yeah, you want to go buy a rental property, that's 1 Bitcoin. Just transfer it over, bada bing, bada boom, sign all these papers, done. I mean, that would be awesome. So I do think that this is big because it allows people to use crypto in a much easier way. People can tangibly see, okay, I can buy crypto, it goes up in value, and then I use it. Instead of I buy crypto, it goes up in value, I sell it, I transfer it again, and then I can use it, right? This, I think, makes a lot of sense for a lot of people. And I mean, in one sense, you could just onboard money, fiat, into, I don't know, whatever exchange you have, transfer it over to MetaMask, and then wait right there. Some people won't even use cold storage or anything like that, but they could treat it as money that typically goes up, and they could literally, if they were okay with the volatility, right? If they were okay with the volatility, they could take their paycheck into some account, like Coinbase, let's say, buy Bitcoin automatically with it, transfer it over, and then use that money throughout the month, and you might actually be able to get ahead. Of course, there's tons of volatility, so I'm not saying that anyone living paycheck to paycheck should do that, but you could do that and then try to live month to month. You might actually be able to get more Bitcoin doing that. So it's just an interesting way of thinking, and this allows you to actually use your crypto instead of just treating it as an investment. This is interesting. College students state they expect to make about $85,000 per year after graduation, according to a survey of college students by Real Estate Witch. The average starting salary for recent graduates is $56,000 per CNBC. So they have much higher expectations. They expect to be paid about $30,000 more than they actually are, which is maybe 40% higher than what they actually are going to get paid. This is actually how I started getting interested in finances. I thought I was going to make a lot because I was going to have a certain job. I decided I didn't want to pursue that career anymore because it would have taken many more years of school after my undergrad or after university. So I didn't go in that. I went into banking instead. Then I realized, well, if I'm going to make a lot less, I need to know what to do with my money. So I would not be surprised if a lot of college students got into finance, got into crypto, got into ways of making money outside of their work. Now, some people will go into credit card debt. Some people will just go down the wrong road, but some people will go down the right road of trying to figure out what to do with their money, and they'll come over to crypto, they'll come over to stock investing, they'll be given, their parents will pass away, and they'll be given a lot of money after they've already dove into how to get the best returns, and they'll probably turn to Bitcoin, they'll turn to real estate, they'll turn into stocks one day as well. So it's just interesting to see so many people facing the exact same problem I had. Let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. Let me know what you think about MetaMask. I realize that we didn't really talk about a lot of crypto news in this compared to normal, or the price of Bitcoin, that kind of stuff. But I do think this stuff is so important. If we really want to onboard 1 billion users, using or having some company like MasterCard is huge. They have, I don't know how many users they have, but I've got to think it's hundreds of millions, like a lot of hundreds of millions, maybe a billion users. They probably have over a billion cards because, I mean, how many people have 5 or 6 cards, right? Whether it's credit cards, debit cards, etc. I think I might have 30 or something like that. So yeah, there are going to be a lot of people that now have access to these cards. Now, they say further down that this is just starting in the EU and UK. Hopefully this continues and it's not like, oh, well, we didn't see enough demand, done. Hopefully they can onboard tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of users to this one day. And I think this is great news for Metamask too. It means a lot more people will be using Metamask and be using it more often and having higher balances. Let me know your thoughts though. Again, if you want to trade crypto, there's a link to Margex. There's also a link to CoinW and Blowfin. If you don't want to use Margex for some reason, you can use a different exchange. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.